Guruve Gauri Chanjaya Radhikaya Tadali Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhuve Vacha Patitana Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dhanavad Pranam devotees. So this is a very short video based on a question that was asked that I replied to actually, but the devotee wanted some more clarification, so I'm just doing a very brief sort of follow-up. So the devotee was explaining how there is the idea that when a person performs bhakti, they may or may not understand how far they have evolved. But if they continue with faith to practice bhakti, when they pass away from this world, then the fruits of their bhakti will come about and they will go back to Godhead. And in many times they've heard that when devotees have passed away, that they've gone back to our Srila Prabhupada, they've gone back to Krishna, they've gone to Mahaprabhu, etc. So this concept, this idea is not really accurate. So it's explained that when you leave this world, yam yam smapi smaram bhavam tajayate ante kalevaram, whatever is your absorption at that time, whatever is the dominance of your mood at that time, that particular level and mood will manifest itself in its next iteration in another life. So it is not axiomatic or automatic that because we took to the path of bhakti, that therefore, it's set in stone that when I pass away, I automatically... So we need to be very clear about that. And that's why we need to have a mentality of monitoring our progress in bhakti while we're practicing, so that we can understand the nature of how far we're progressing. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakurpad has elucidated on this in his Madhurya Kadambini Grantha. So in the book Madhurya Kadambini, the different stages from Anishti to bhakti when it becomes steady, to bhakti when it becomes filled with taste, to bhakti when it is filled with deep attachment for the Lord, to bhakti when it has become matured and the spiritual energy or Swarup Shakti has descended into the heart of the jiva. So all these stages are elucidated in Madhurya Kadambini as well as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Vipa Goswami Pad. So we need to be able to understand and to observe Bhakti Pareshanubhavo Virakti Anyatra Chaisa Tri Ekakala. We need to see how simultaneously by practice of bhakti that we are developing detachment from self-interest. You understand? This is the real thing. Some people hear the word virakti or renunciation and they think it means becoming renounced from just external things. But really, Visesh Anurag is the real meaning of virakti or vairagya. Visesh Anurag, a deep attachment that axiomatically produces detachment from something else. So the deep attachment to the loving service of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas automatically produces a detachment from other things. So we can monitor how much attachment to Krishna, to the seva of Shri Krishna, to the seva of Hari Guru and Vaishnava, that is what we want to monitor. And therefore the minimalization of our self-interest until our interest and the interest of Hari Guru and Vaishnava are synthesized. So this is how we can tell the nature of our progress. So I just wanted to very shortly speak that there is no such thing as simply having entered into the process of bhakti with an aspiration and then to kind of like in Christianity somewhat, have an idea that simply the faith that I had to join or be part of something is going to produce the fruit of love of Godhead, and simply, regardless of my status during my life and at the time of death, because I did remain faithful or I did do the practices, but I didn't have a clear or deep understanding of the practices, that will automatically produce the result of love of Godhead upon giving up this body. Right? That's why Raghunath Das Goswami is mentioned in Manasiksha. Yaricher Vrajavasam Saragam Prati Janur. If you want to obtain this goal of love of God, especially Brajvas, and this kind of mood of love that's expressed in Braj, then be prepared, Prati Janur, to spend life after life to obtain this. It may not take that. But we should know that if we have not become perfected in one life, we'll have to take another life to become perfect. You understand? We may take several lives to become perfect. It will completely depend on how much we're able to invoke the Kripa of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. You understand? Our sadhana does not produce love of Godhead. Sadhya kabunoi. Right? The practice itself does not produce love of Godhead. Love of God is an eternally established reality. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya kabunoi. The Krishna Prem is an eternal established reality in the hearts of the eternal associates. It does not come from our practice of sadhana. Our practice of sadhana invokes the mercy of the eternal associates, both in the spiritual realm and those who descend to this realm in the role of Guru, Sadhu, Acharya, etc. Invoking their mercy is what then inspires and elevates Swarup Shakti within the heart of the Jiva. And that's how the Jiva's unfoldment to their actual spiritual reality takes place. It is not a question of simply the practices themselves producing an outcome. It is strictly the mercy of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava that produced that outcome. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Eka kiya ma nahi pai bhal, Harinama Sankirtane. My chanting alone is not going to produce the result. Krishna said to Ma, Krishna datti paro tomara sokati ache, oh Vaishnava Thakur. You have Krishna and you have the ability to give Krishna. Therefore, Ami tu kangal, Krishna Krishna boli, daya tava pache pache. Therefore, I'm running after you. The here running means utsahan in bhakti. I'm running after the lotus feet of Seva to Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. And by invoking their kripa, then the substance of bhakti will appear in my heart. So this is a very important point, and he wanted me to do originally a session like this to answer his question, but his question I felt could be answered simply by responding to it. But he, pointed out that maybe others should hear it as well. So I'm pointing out this fact in a very short way because I have to prepare for travel for Harikatha. So this point is what I want to make, that actually bhakti is a matter of the reality of your development based on the mercy received by invocation from your sadhana from Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. It is not automatic, or it is not like in Christianity, I just joined, and by joining and declaring faith, when I die, then I'm automatically entitled to and will be rewarded with love of God. No, it is actually a progressive unfoldment until the chitta has melted away and the actual Atma and Swarup Shakti can become one. And then as Nardrishi told to Vyasadeva, Prayujamani Mahitvam Sudim Bhagavatim Tanum. Rabdha Karma Nevano Anyapatat Panchabodhika. My body of 5 elements and all my karmas were done. That time I received a body suitable to the service of Sri Bhagavan. So I'm going to end here, unfortunately, because I really have so much packing and all of these kind of things to do. My Dandavat Pranam to all devotees and begging your causeless mercy as well as the mercy of all the Vaishnavas. I also pray, I had a very wonderful period with one of my Shiksha Gurus, Srila Bhakti Swarup Srila Goswami Maharaj. He gave wonderful Bhagavat Saptaha. So 7 days in a row of 6 hours of Harikatha. So feeling very enlivened from this, I would suggest it is printed online. Devotees can go back and take a look at it. You'll be completely inspired. All right, my Dandavat Pranam to all devotees. Vanchakalpaturvesha, Kripasindavevacha, Patitanam Pavanivyo, Vaishnavevyo Namo Namo. Jai Radhe Radhe.